Well, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. I'm
Why are you laughing?
It's good, right?
No. Take three. Welcome into Out of Bounds. Lisa Matthews kicking it here with Zane Gonzalez. Thanks for joining us today.
Oh, I'm happy to be here.
Well, right now you're actually third in the NFC for kickers for Pro Bowl voting. Just what would it mean to you just to make it in this year?
I think it'll be an amazing accomplishment. I haven't really thought about it too much this year. But now it's coming to the end, all the voting started, so I'm kind of noticing a little bit. It'll be amazing, but at the end of the day, I just want to go out there and perform the best of my ability and give the team a chance to win each and every Sunday. So, and if that works towards a Pro Bowl, then that'll be extra.
Well, here's your chance. Let's go presidential here. Tell the fans why they should vote for you. Put you on the spot.
Yeah, I can't really give a good straight reason. Maybe just I'm a nice guy.
You're a nice guy. Well,
Let's
there
just
you
go
go.
with that.
Vote for Zane because he's a nice guy.
guy.
Well, you've definitely been a bright spot for this team this year. You're 90% in field goal attempts this year. And just for you, did you feel going into the season that you were at your best mentally and physically?
I did. I think coming in here the end of last year, finishing strong, and then having the OTAs and all that to build a relationship with Andy and Brewer, and then just coming into the training camp was just felt really confident, really healthy, and kind of just carried it out with a good year.
I remember talking to Andy Lee once during an interview, and I asked him, what goes through your mind before a punt? And he gave the most honest answer. He said, everything bad, everything negative you can think of goes through my mind. So I ask you as a kicker, mentally, what goes through your mind?
I try to keep all those negative thoughts out. Those usually come to your head when you're kicking the kicking net or something like that. But going on the field, I just try to visualize the ball to the uprights. And as simple as it sounds, most of the time that kind of just follows. So head down, follow through, and if I just keep that motion, it should go in.
Because it's such a habitual position,
Yeah.
I would say, and just a lot of routine goes into it. What's your routine before a kick then?
They kind of get on to me here because I come out a little late. Kick in the net, drink some water. For some reason, I wet my hands. It's like just a habit I did since in college, and then go on the field, cross myself, and kick. So
They want you to go out earlier though?
yeah, I kind of got yelled at. I think it was Tampa Bay game. One of the extra points was like 2 seconds left, barely got it off, and then Roger was like, yeah, you gotta start getting out there quick. I'm like, all right. So I started hustling.
Is there a reason you just want to take your time and before so?
That's basically for me. I'm really laid back, try to take as much time as I can. I don't like being out there too long, and then so yeah, it works out.
So you told me that you grew up playing soccer, obviously, and then that translated to you being now an NFL kicker. But at what point did you want to take this seriously?
I'd probably say about the time I realized soccer wasn't going to work out. So it was about like my junior year of high school, and kind of doing both, varsity in both, and then kicking was kind of took like second place to soccer basically. Mm-hmm. And then when I started getting like seriously recruited, that's when I kind of realized I had a big chance. And then coming out of high school, I was really late offer, like after signing day and all that my senior year. And then once I got a couple offers, I chose ASU, and then from there I kind of committed to it and still wasn't fully bought in. And then throughout college, I kind of realized I had a good chance and stuck with it.
Yeah, there's such a spotlight with your position specifically. Just think you could be a hero for the fans one week and then the villain the next. Just how do you mentally prepare to be in such a highlighted position like that?
Like I said, you just can't think about it because it is a very secluded spot. Like we joke around coming out of practice for the game. We're the only ones in the stadium doing anything. So it's like everybody's watching, and it's just one of those things. You just gotta tune everybody out, lock in for that 20 seconds, and just do your job.
Just the clutch moments.
Yeah. Try to make sure you lock in.
Well, we have some fans, and no surprise, ASU fans that send in questions for you. The first one coming from Coach Strong 5. He wants to know, what is your favorite ASU memory?
Probably the game-winning field goal against Utah, my sophomore year.
Good choice. Good choice.
Yeah, that was definitely a memorable one. Walk-off for the Pac-12 South. Just a great game in general.
Is it still pretty surreal for you having, obviously played just down the street and now you're playing for the professional team here in the Valley?
It was surreal at first, but now it's kind of set in because I actually lived in college in a house like less than 2 miles from here, so I never knew this was here. And then when I finally realized, like, oh, I was right next to it the whole time. But it definitely is a surreal experience. I think I'm very lucky to be where I am, though.
Next question coming from John Alvarado. Favorite place to eat here in Tempe? So you should know what's going on around here. What's your favorite place?
So it's between 3. I'll probably say Chuck Box on campus is really good. Solid, you
Classic.
can't go wrong. And then ATL wings right here on the way.
Oh yes,
I'm
ATL.
a big wing
ATL.
guy, so ATL wings is literally like right there. So
Yeah.
it's delicious. Not very healthy, but
Yeah, I mean,
enjoy
your
it.
favorite
It's
place.
a hidden treat.
there's some gems around campus
Oh,
too.
I agree.
Justin88, how did it feel to move to somewhere cold, freezing cold like Cleveland, and then obviously
Definitely made me not take here for granted. Going to the cold weather and the snow, it's not really for me.
Yeah.
No, grew up in Houston, didn't really like it too much. So when I came back here, I was definitely realized how lucky I was to be here for all those years.
which makes it much better that the game's here this week.
Oh, yeah,
obviously.
I agree.
Just the weather,
Yeah,
and we're in a dome.
yeah, to say the least.
Sammy Chavez wants to know any extra juice or motivation playing the Browns this week.
No, it's another game.
There you go.
Yeah, so leave it at that.
Yeah. Say a prayer, kick.
Just cross myself and kick, that's all it is.
Do you do the cross? We were talking about-
Before we kick,
Yeah.
cross and then kick and then cross after.
How did you choose that? Like when you're like, okay, I'm gonna be a kicker, so I'm gonna do the whole cross thing before? Or?
I've always crossed myself before I did anything, whether it be driving a car or going to kick. I'm pretty habitual on it, so it's just one of those things I've always done and stuck with, and then, I don't know.
That land culture comes
Yeah,
out.
that's what I was saying. It's gotta be a Catholic ways or something.
Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. Go Devils.
Go Devils. Throw it up.